All right, man. What's up, bro?
What's going on, family?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. How you been? How's your day, man?
I mean, it's been good, man. Blessed, man. Just moving around in LA right now, working right now, bro.
Yeah, what you been working on? Just a new project?
Yeah, I got a new project in the works. It's called Ray.
Hmm.
I'm dropping it in December. We putting the last little final touches on it. I got a new single dropping November 2nd
All
called
right.
Cheated. Video already done. I actually posted a clip on my page, so whoever ain't seen it, go check it out. You feel me? So yeah, like I said, bro, just working.
Yeah. I checked that out. It sound dope. It sound dope. I'm really fucking with it.
Nah,
I
man,
wanted,
appreciate that.
I want, I wanted to go back and talk about growing up in Oakland. How was
hmm
that like for you, and how did the city's culture shape you as a person and as an artist?
Um, Growing up in Oakland, it was like growing up in any hood basically, dealing with poverty, you know what I'm saying, dealing with fighting and drugs and etc. But yes, it was the land of Oakland is just different in its own realm. The culture, as far as like the artists that came out of there, like Too Shorts, even Tony back in the day, Keisha Cole, the list goes on with the city. And just the music itself shaped me, you know what I'm saying, into the artist I am. Plus, my dad being from Atlanta kind of shaped me a little bit differently as well, had its own, element to my life, I would say.
Mhm.
And, just having both of those elements, really, really shaped me as an artist and person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. What made you want to get into music? What inspired you to become an artist?
I blame it on my dad, man. Shout out my pops. He always was around music all my life. As far as what I know, when I was a kid, we stayed with him a little while. Me and my little brother, RP Rayven Justice, we stayed with
Mhm.
him in Atlanta for a few years. And I remember vividly just seeing him, invite all these strangers to the crib, all these hood dudes to the crib, and they'd sit around and have ciphers and make beats on the table and be rapping. You know what I'm saying? And then when we moved back to Oakland, um, he had like signed like two singers. So I remember vividly being in the studio as a little boy, watching just the whole, background of how I go to record music. And I just feel like, as a young age, I just was inspired. And when I became, of age, as far as I want to say middle school, I kind of started wanting to take it a little bit more serious. And then when Chris Brown came out, I ain't gonna lie, as soon as he came out, like he just inspired me in the sense of like, man, I'm young, he young, you know, I just believed that I could do it at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I just took it on as soon as I knew I could, have my ability to sing. I just started going crazy, and I never gave up.
Yeah, I know he said that he inspired you to get into music. What type of artists did he play a lot of artists around you growing up? I know you said a lot
Yeah,
of
my
Oakland
dad, he
artists like
played
Too Short and whatnot.
yeah. He played Tupac a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Too Short, Scarface, E40, DMX. He was a hip hop head, and then also him being from the country. You know what I'm saying? He introduced me to oldie but goodies. Bobby Womack and all the old school guys from back in the day. I can't really remember every name, but
Mm-hmm.
I just if I heard the songs, I just know the music so well because that's all I remember growing up. So both genres of that is elements of my career as far as my music, in my ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. Well, you consider yourself an old soul because of that. I knew my mom used to play like a lot of that old school stuff and
I
whatnot. Made me an
actually
old
do,
soul.
bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I be getting it all the time from people. They be like, "Man, you sound older than what you are." And
Yeah,
I'll be like, "Man, this is how I was. I was raised. I came up like this." So how
mm,
I say certain stuff to around my partners and stuff like that. I be sounding like a lot like an older man. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely gave me some kind of like older mentality. I feel older than what I am every day. You feel me?
yeah, right. I feel you on that because I'm like the old man in my friend group too, man. I be saying stuff and they be like, "Man, you sound like an old man right now, bro." But yeah, I feel you on
Yeah,
that.
bro.
Yeah, for sure. What was
It's
some?
in
What
us.
was
You feel
some?
me? That's it, man. We grew up
Yeah,
like this.
yeah, right. Facts. But what was some of your like favorite albums that came out during the '90s? I know you. I heard you was into old school music and '90s music and whatnot. It could be R&B, hip hop. What was like those albums that you think really define, your taste in that era and that decade?
I'm not even gonna front to you. I wasn't really an album guy. like
Mm-hmm.
kid coming up. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't into music in the way of like knowing like, you know, people albums and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just was, you know, I just heard the music. You get what I'm saying? Me hearing the
Mm-hmm.
music, it just, you know, sonically, you know, I'm real sonic, you know, as far as like the music that I was hearing. So
Mm-hmm.
not more say like people albums, but I'll say like I remember a lot of hit records around them times. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's my favorite shit still to this day. So, you know, it's more about the songs at the time more than the albums. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? I
think.
was too young to kind of remember everything in that time. I was born in 91. So
Mm-hmm.
I only remember so many things. But from what I do remember, it's like, you know, it helps me with my music today, definitely, though. You know what I'm saying? I still listen to 90s to this day in my car, you know what I'm saying? And just pull from it, you know what I mean? And that helps mold, you know, my sound. You know what I'm saying? I just put, you know, that soul that I love that I'm hearing in the 90s music, and I try to like, you know, combine that shit with today. You know what I mean? To the best of my ability. It's kind of like, you know, some scientific shit going on. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yeah, I hear that a lot in your music too. You use a lot of samples, a lot of old school samples.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear that a
Anything.
lot in your
I like at first I wasn't too big on samples, but you know when I
music.
did start getting more into it, I just told myself like I'm gonna just whatever I do flip, I'm gonna just it got to be something that I love. You know what I'm saying? From the '90s, it can't just be any '90s song. I don't like every song. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But it's particular songs. You know what I'm saying? That stood out. So if I run across those songs and I'm like, oh, I love this song right here. I remember this one. That is the song I'll flip. You get what I'm
Okay,
saying?
I feel
So it's
you. I
like a
feel you.
science, you know, it's like a science of my own. You know what I'm saying? As I'm thinking about it that way, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. So you already worked with Too Short, but if there's any other artists from that era that you would like to work with, which one would you pick, or a few?
I mean, I worked with Too Short, E40,
Mm-hmm.
Keisha Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who else, man? So many Bay Area legends, man.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones that I wish that I could have, you know, got together with was Max Ray, of course, and Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Like them two guys, like you know, I feel like if they were alive, like I definitely have, you know, have had worked with them. You get what I mean? Definitely.
For
I
sure. Rest
believe
in
that
peace.
you know to the longest core. You dig what I'm saying? If they were
Yeah,
still here, me and them would definitely be had some work done.
for sure. And how big of a deal was that for you, like coming up in Oakland and being able to work with Too Short and E40? How was that for you? How did that impact you?
It was huge, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, like huge in different ways. Cause like I said, my dad was big on them
Mm-hmm.
guys. You get what I'm saying? So you know him having that respect for them, I grew to have that same respect for them. So it was just dope to be able to accomplish something that my dad wanted. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
I was big at that time on you know wanting uh, that gratification from my pops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I worked with him, it was just, you know, I instantly thought about my dad. You feel me? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I know my dad would be proud of me right now. You feel me? Like every
Yeah.
time I did something with one of them legends, I instantly call him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Dad, guess what? And he'd be like, what's up? I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
I just did something with E40. And then he'd be like, what? You just did something with 40 water?
Yeah.
I was like, yes. And he was like, I'm proud of you, son. I was like, it's good. I got you. So
Yeah.
and me and him got the same name. I'm named after my dad. So it's
Wow.
just big on all levels for me in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, man. That's beautiful, man. Just getting that validation from your pops like that, man, and you
Hell
know,
yeah, bro. Hell
working
yeah.
with them legends. That's good, man.
Definitely. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. It's a blessing.
Phenomenal. I want to talk about you being an independent artist, and can you give us some insight on your experience being independent, and has that been a challenge for you? Was it challenging at first? Has it gotten easier over time being an independent artist? And what lessons have you learned along the way?
Man, the journey of being an independent artist, I'm still an independent artist, but it has not been easy at all. It's been really a major roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
I could go on and on and on as far as like the mistakes I've made and who played me and how they did it and all. But I'll just sum it up and just say like, man, when you get ready to sign up to do this music, you gotta prepare yourself mentally. For this war that you don't even know that's out there. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's just a lot of people that's ready to take advantage of you. It's a lot of people that's, ready to steal from you. It's a lot of people that's ready to mislead you in many different directions and ways. You get what I'm saying? And if you're young, that's when they really come. You get what I'm saying? And I've grown since then mentally as a man, and I kind of appreciate all the lessons. You know what I'm saying? All the lessons learned. It is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. I ain't complaining about it. I don't get on the internet, you know what I'm saying, and make it a big deal. You know, I don't want nobody to, show me any pity. You know, I'm just, I'm built different. So, as far as my dad being an Army vet, I was taught just to just deal with whatever you got to deal with, overcome that shit, and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been doing this whole time. So, it's a bunch of shit I could say, but it's like it's pointless. It's already happened. It's already done. The damage is done. And I'm just, I'm pushing through. You feel me? But some advice to the artists. You know what I'm saying? Just come in this game smart. You know what I'm saying? Read everything that's presented in front of you. Don't be quick to just take anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get your buzz going, don't take the first deal that comes. You know what I'm saying? Wait till option is out. And just observe, man, and be a part of everything. Definitely be a part of, be hands-on on everything, especially if it got to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say to every independent artist. And get a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Have a lawyer, you know what I'm saying, that got your best interests. You feel me? It's very, very important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all important. And I appreciate you giving that advice too, because it's important to let young artists know, especially if they taking the independent route, what they can expect, and like, not get caught up in some BS out here. So appreciate it.
Exactly. Just it's just a friendly heads up, man, because I would have wanted the same thing if it was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just some sort of advice. You feel me?
I
Of what
feel you.
not to do. You feel me? But it is what it is. I bumped my head those times, and I'm just on my path again, and I'm feeling good about it. And God is real, so we're gonna
Yeah,
keep it pushing.
I feel you. What are your overall thoughts on labels though? Do you think they have like a net positive or a net negative on the game, like record labels and stuff like that?
Say it again.
So what are your overall thoughts on like record labels and stuff like that? You think they have like a net positive or a net negative on the music industry and what?
I believe they got a business model that they
Okay.
go about, because I watch a lot of Shark Tank, so I understand like a lot more on the business realm of how they just go about wanting some of your business. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everything that we do is a business. Like, doesn't matter what it is. If you created something, then somebody that with some money could be interested. So they all have a business model. Like, they're the bag basically. So if they're coming in with money to invest into your career or whatever it is that you got, then you got to put yourself in their shoes. A lot of times we don't. You know what I'm saying? So we be misled by the lack of information. You get what I'm saying? So we'll take that personal and burn a bridge without even knowing we burning a bridge, because we just feeling all type of ways because we just didn't understand or we didn't read. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times they do direct business in the contracts. You feel me? But we overlook it because we want that quick bag. You feel me? We ain't never had the money that they talking. Even the money they talking is not a lot of money to them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money to you. You feel me? A lot of times, we'll take the deal or whatever, and then be upset, in the future of the things when, let's say if you was on the radio and then the radio starts slowing down on you, you know what I'm saying? Of course, your shows may start to slow down, features may slow down, you know what I'm saying? So now your mind will be thinking like, how can I get any money now? You feel me? Then it's going to go straight to the label. You're going to be wondering like, where's, your money at? You get what I'm saying? And at that point, you already done a deal with them that you got to abide by. You feel me? And you gotta, it's just how it goes. So, a lot of times, we get mad in that point of desperation, and then we'll let that fuck up the whole deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's just things like that I've picked up on. I don't really, I'm not really mad at labels. I do feel like some of the deals can be better. You know what I'm saying? As far as options for us, but it's just like you got to pick your poison on whatever it is that they're gonna do, and then you got to be a hustler at the same time. You can't just depend on them. You got to come in the game with a team and with a whole rollout plan of how you're gonna continue to be doing what you're doing on the side of being signed to a major. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
feel
it's
you.
just a lot of ways to think about a deal. You get what I'm saying? It just depends on the artist and the person.
Yeah, facts, and that's why it's also important to like read your contracts and stuff, and owning your
Yeah,
masters,
definitely.
and being able to make sure that your business side is right, that you're not just being exploited by these labels.
Right. Right. That's why I say get a lawyer. You gotta get a lawyer. You feel me? Because we don't know all the lingo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know all the wordplay that they saying in the
Right.
contracts. So, it's confusing. That's why the lawyers, they went to school for that. So if you get one and they for you, then they're gonna have your best interest. They're gonna
Right.
tell
Right.
you like, don't do this deal. You know what I'm saying? Or nah, this is cool. You just
Mm-hmm.
gotta take out this and this. Like
Right.
without having that extra set of eyes on the paperwork, you could put yourself in a situation that you'll regret later.
Hmm. I feel you. But do you ever, is that like out of the cards for you? Like, let's say if a label were to give you something that was right on the business end, would you be willing to sign with them, or independent is you're focused on that and you're all in on the
Oh no,
independent,
if
right?
the business right in the contracts, I'm taking the deal.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking the deal most definitely. It's always good to have an extra set of hands on your career and your vision. You feel
Hmm.
me?
Hmm.
Everything costs, nothing is free. You know what I'm saying? So either you gonna be the guy that come up with $200,000 and higher, or you gonna take a deal with people that's ready to fund all of those expenses for you. And then you got to just make sure the business is A1. You got to be happy about whatever you sign.
Hmm.
So, ain't nobody got no problems later.
I feel you. So, what was something that you wish you knew before you got into the business, before you started your career? What was something that you wish you had taken note of before you got started making music?
Politics, bro. The politics of music. How much it matters. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was introduced to politics in music. You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, bro, like this shit get hectic, bro. Like you can't even associate with certain people because the association could now damage you. Like in a sense of like if I could go so deep, it's just again it's political. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's things that you can't even speak about because it's not meant to be spoken about. It's just it go deep, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
wish I could have knew more about the politics side on who not to associate with. Because I started off, just a kid, just trying to just get my family out of the mud. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even thinking about nothing but hit records. I'm like, I just need to get these hits records done. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about, who not to deal with and who these people don't like. And then you find out shit out later, you know what I'm saying? And now you caught up in some stuff that it don't got even nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
So,
saying? And then it's like it's not personal, but it's like it's political. Like they can't help me because they don't like the other person.
right. I feel you.
It just
So,
go through things like that. So that's what I learned. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of this, that I would have known. Uh, you know, in the very beginning, I wish I could have been knew about it. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a good heads up because then I would have saved me a lot of like hardship and times of me wanting to accomplish certain things early on in my career. You get
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
So that's it. That's what I would say.
And just not, I guess it comes down to like, it's easy for you to be caught in like a situation, like you said, where you're the victim of something that you didn't mean to get caught up in, or that's why it's kind of important to just be careful of who you associate with, basically what you're saying, right?
Yes, definitely, bro. You got to definitely be careful of that. Because you don't know. You just don't know. You don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's sometimes it's some stuff that just got to happen because it's a part of your story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm not really upset about it. I can't really ponder on that, that the situation too long, based off the knowledge I've picked up along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I know now something at least. Like I pulled something out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
pulled
always,
knowledge out of that whole scenario and situation enough to know how to keep going. If that
mm-hmm.
makes any sense, you get
Right.
what I mean. So it's like I've still obtained so much knowledge
Mm-hmm.
being played with. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And
There's
I and
always
I'm
a,
such a genuine good soul person. Like I know how now to treat artists that I want to potentially sign. Like
mm-hmm.
I would not do a lot of what was done to me now. You know what I mean? Based off of what was done to me. So it's like sometimes the guy, the beginning guy, like I was one of the first like kids out of my city to have this kind of buzz. You know what I mean? And I guess timing, like me being just one of those first guys, the timing of it was just me having to go through it. I just learned a lot, bro, and it's just a bunch of lessons that I'll pass along to whoever around me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'm gonna be just the guy that do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I can spread that message across to the youth under me. You know what I'm saying? And give them a better chance of a situation I didn't have. You feel me? That I really wanted. I really always wanted just a solid team. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? I really wanted, a bunch of people around me that believed in me,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have that. You feel me? I had some people, but a lot of the majority of the people was just, They was just in it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? In it
Mm-hmm.
for the greed of money and whatever else the intentions were. You know.
Yeah, that's dope. And there's a lot of lessons you can learn, and like you said, pass on to the next generation or artists that come up under your wing. So that's dope that you take that initiative.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
Exactly.
sure.
Sometimes it takes somebody to go through it. You know what I'm saying? To have to change up whatever it is that was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it. Like I had to be a foot soldier for us, just so I can get myself, in position to get everybody else a chance to be in position. You get what I'm saying? After I
Like,
got myself in, I swear, like a lot of people, a lot of more, Bay Area crooners, start popping out, doing the rap singing swag that I, came with as far as my first single, Slide
mm-hmm.
Through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of them type of people that, want the credit. You get what I'm saying? If people give it to me, thank you. You get what I'm saying? But I definitely feel like I played a big implement and in a lot of the music that's coming out of the Bay, and in California in general. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's all a blessing at the end of the day, bro. I'm still working. I got a lot of shit in store. You know what I'm saying? It's not over. Just get ready. Get ready. That's all I got to say.
I feel you. Facts, facts. So I want to talk about going back earlier. You mentioned your brother, Raymond, rest in peace. But
Yep. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
how did that loss, not only affected you, but as an artist, do you kind of, I guess, put some added pressure to kind of accomplish your goals as an artist and what you and your brother did when you first came in the game together? And does that kind of add some pressure now, like a chip on your shoulder to like want to do and be successful as an artist going forward?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like, when that happened to my little brother, I just didn't, at first I didn't want to live no more either, bro. Like that's how, my brother was my best friend for real. You feel me? Like we went through a lot together. We went through everything together. You get what I'm saying? Um, I remember living in the country, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta with my dad, and all it was my brother. You feel me? We didn't have no friends. So that's all I knew. That was like my best friend. You get what I'm saying? Like all of that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when he got murdered, it just messed me up to the point where I'm like, man, I don't even want to know if I want to live no more. And I was thinking about suicidal thoughts. All that came in my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
then one of his closest friends, who's now like my closest friend now. He was always coming to check on me. Shout out Solo, Surfer Solo. He now my artist as well. Um, he was always the one that was coming to check in on me every day almost, and he was pulling me out of that depression mode I was in, and would tell me stuff like, what would your brother really want you to do? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I really took a deep thought into that question, and me knowing him so well, I already knew what he would have told me. You know what I'm saying? And based off that, I just knew just to get up and keep continuing to do our dream that me and him set forth to do together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just took all that pain I was going through and I just molded it into a ball of energy. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And just took off, bro. I just said, man, I'm gonna put it all. I'm putting all of my emotions, energy, everything I got into this music until I complete this for me and bro. You know what I'm saying? And one of the biggest accomplishments was Summer Jam to me and my brother. I remember our first Summer Jam me and him went to. It was just a dope moment. We had seen Chris Brown performing for the first time. We had never been to a Summer Jam, and it was just so inspirational to us both. And I remember leaning over to my little brother and I told him, I was like, we'll never come to another Summer Jam until we on this stage again. I mean, until we on that stage.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a promise I kept.
Mm-hmm.
I never returned to another Summer Jam until I was on that stage. And
Mm-hmm.
when I did get on the stage, I made sure he was up there with me. I made sure that people, you know, put a picture of my brother in the back of the screen real big so that the whole crowd would see him and smiling. You know what I'm saying? And shining, just like his brother. Just like our goal that we playing. And it was a beautiful moment, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is I'm still fighting this battle for him and us. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let it up till the day I die. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And when you go through stuff like that, all that pain and the loss that you've experienced, sometimes do you ever feel the need to seek, I guess, therapy or something for stuff like that? And can music be therapy for you? Is that therapeutic for you to get all your emotions out and whatnot?
Yeah, it
How's it
is,
that for
bro.
you?
Cause
Uh,
I thank God for music, man, because if it wasn't for it, I probably would be a messed up person. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how I would have been today. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So, honestly, music saved me, bro, and it helped me be able to just put my depression in a place in my mind where I could utilize it, and
mm,
opposed from just dealing with it every day. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So it just kept me busy. It keeps my mind busy, keeps me going. This is all I want to do. If I don't do it, I know me. Like just all I'm gonna do is think about bro. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna psych myself out. So I just thank God there's music there that, it can help me through this.
mm,
And I can, it's like because I like to draw.
mm,
So I look at music as like a canvas, a blank canvas. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? And I could just go from there. So it's kind of like a peaceful place for me.
mm,
And yeah, bro, it's definitely something that helps. Go through still because I'm still going through it. It's like nothing that's gonna ever change.
mm.
The emotion of losing your baby brother. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm,
So at least that I got something to where me and him both wanted to do. So and then it's helping me just keep going for us both.
mm.
That's how I look at it, bro. It's kind of hard to talk about, but you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
that's how I'm angling it. So to keep me just going, you know.
of course. And I think it's great that you have that outlet, man. Like you said, music, and like you said, you mentioned drawing and stuff. This small stuff like that, man, could be real big on just getting your emotions out and expressing yourself in different ways. It's always good to let that pain out because it's not good to keep it bottled in all the time because that can just
Right,
drive us crazy sometimes and take a toll on our mental health. So it's good that you have that outlet.
right, right.
Mm,
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. I want to talk about performing and get into some of the stuff about different places you've been to. And what are some of your favorite places that you performed at? Or what are some places that you haven't performed at yet that you want to perform?
Well, some of the places I performed at were like I did tour, so I went on tour with Problem. We went all over the West Coast, so that was a moment of itself, like just going to all these different cities, Seattle, Portland, just a bunch of different cities around the West Coast that I never ever thought I would ever visit, and going to these places and seeing all these people singing my songs word for word, like it was amazing. Um, I've been overseas.
Okay.
I did a 3 months tour in Germany. I went all over Germany, and we had 2 shows every weekend. You know what I'm saying out there, and I got a chance to just live there for a while too. It was to the point where they just wanted me to live there. They was like, "You might as well just stay here with us." But I was like, "Man, nah, I can't do that." I started missing home so bad, bro. Like, it's just another world out there. I love Germany. Don't get me wrong, but it's just nothing like home. You get what I'm saying? It's nothing like your family and your friends and what you know and what you grew up around, and even weed though. Like, weed is legal in my city,
Right.
so it wasn't legal in Germany. I had to keep sneaking everywhere,
Right.
just to just smoke some weed. So it's just stuff like that. But I like Germany. I performed in Switzerland,
Mm-hmm.
Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I did a show in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't get a chance to fully go, in the South and in the East Coast, part of the world. You get what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's my next goal for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just to get on the East Coast side of the shows. But yeah, definitely, the West Coast, Germany, just overseas in general. But it's a bunch of places I still want to go. I want to go to Australia. They love me in Australia, man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a bunch of like even in China, like it's just a bunch of like other countries that really rock with me, and I just be amazed every day I see all the people of the world that just that taps in and just let me know how much they love the music, and it just keeps me going, bro. The energy of that is so inspirational in its own way. You know, just shout out to the fans of the world, man. Just what I'm saying. I appreciate all that shit. It definitely keep me going and moving and wanting to, it keep me staying encouraged. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. As far as those places though, yeah, those are the places I've been. I still want to go to Australia, and the East Coast. I just want to do a whole tour around the East Coast, man. I got a lot of love out there, man. So I definitely want to go touch bases.
Yeah, for sure. What are some of the songs that you perform that are like your heavy hitters? Like, of course, your fans probably know probably all your songs, but what are like that song that it's really gonna get the crowd going. That they know they're gonna know all the words to. You know, they're gonna pop off. It's gonna get the crowd going. What's like your go-to songs?
I honestly got like 3 main songs that are my go-to songs. So one of them being is one of my biggest, Slide Through. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of my biggest songs. Like anywhere I go, like you get what I'm saying? Like it's just something about that record everybody like, even if they didn't even hear it yet. When I perform that shit, it just set the tone. You get what I mean? Hit or Not being number 2. That was my second single. Shout out LA, man. They really, you know, they turned that song up for me for real. Felly Fell over at Power 106. He broke the record for me in LA on the radio. After he did that, you know, it took off. So at that point, Slide Through was still doing his thing, and then Hit or Not snuck in LA, and then just kind of just took over. Now I got these 2 singles. I don't know which one is the focus now. You know what I'm saying? So I just literally had 2 songs back to back. So if I'm in the Bay, you know, at the time, you know, Slide Through is my biggest song. But if I come to LA now, Hit or Not it's just the reverse. They really love Hit or Not, then Slide Through. You know what I'm saying? And then overseas, they really loved. They knew Slide Through, but they loved Hit or Not. You know what I mean? It's a more pop kind of record. You get what I'm saying? So Hit or Not worked perfectly for me out overseas. Like they just loved that record. Slide Through, it was like the second single that they fucked with. And then my third song that a lot of cities know, but it really, it just resonated to everybody, the ladies and all. It's called Between Your Thighs. I didn't have no radio play on that song. Like this is my third single. We started the record on the radio in the South. We did an Atlanta radio run, and we had a little bit of radio play for about a month, I would say, right? And I guess we hit something in the South called the Bible's Belt, and we had to pull the record off radio. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the first time I ever went through something like that. I guess in the South, you know, you can't say certain things on the radio, you know, pertaining to their religion. So a lot of the people in the communities of the towns that they were playing my song, you know, they called up, I guess, and were complaining about what I was saying as far as put my face in between your thighs. So even with that little bit of play, it still did, you know, more streams than the first 2 singles, which were big for my career. Now my third single, which didn't really touch that much radio play, you know, I got over 12 million streams on Spotify on that one song. So it's like, to me, it's kind of like, dang, like, what happened? You know, it didn't do, you know, radio wise what the other 2 records did, but it still did better. So I don't know really how to, you know, figure that out. But those are my 3 songs. You know what I'm saying? Those are my 3 go-tos at any show I perform at.
Yeah, that's good. I remember that. I'm not sure exactly, but I think I remember that Between Your Thighs record getting played on the radio when I was like around the time when it came out. I think I remember Vegas. I'm from the South too. I'm from Georgia.
Oh, is
So
that right?
yeah. So I think I remember hearing that's a dope song. I fuck with it. I think I remember
bro. That's crazy. See what I'm saying?
when
Like music travel in a weird way. I would never know. I would have never knew that. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope even to hear from you. So
yeah.
That's the power of music for real.
Yeah, that's a dope song too. I fuck with that song. But
right on, bro. I appreciate the love.
Yeah, appreciate it. So but what song or project that you put out so far? It could be the upcoming one, or it could just be anything that you say you probably like the most proud of. I know you probably proud of all your music, but what's the one that really stands out to you? You got done working on, you like, man, this the one I really hold close to me.
I don't know how I would even pick, you know what I'm saying? Because like I love all my music. Like every time I make a song, I'm a fan of it. It just depends on, you know, what I did to the song and like how I vocally came. Like I judge it based off other things, but I love all my songs for whatever I was doing it for. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say. But I'll say something as far as like a project. One of my favorite projects I'm very proud of doing is Do It Justice. You know what I'm saying? Like when I did that project, that was a moment in my life that I separated myself from a lot of the people that was around. And that was me doing, you know, the start of my career by myself in a sense. And that album did stream, and we did over 20 million streams on it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, ever since then, you know, now it's like, you know, Do It Justice is my label. Do It Justice is my clothing line. I just, you know, what are we doing? we're rebranding the designs and stuff like right now as far as the clothing line. But we got hats coming. We got just a bunch of new stuff coming. I'm taking my time on it. Like I'm taking my time on the fabric. I'm making sure everything's, you know, A1 before I even put it out to the world. Yeah, man, like that's definitely something that I'm proud of, and it's sticking with me. I damn near got to get it tattooed just thinking of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
something that, you know, I'm definitely proud of that I dropped.
for sure. I heard in one of your interviews, I think you had said that you was almost on Love and Hip Hop. Can you tell me more about this?
Yeah, I was, man. It was crazy. I was at the time I was on the radio. I was in LA with my manager at the time, and we was just taking over, bro. Like shows after shows, interview after interview. Like it was just moving, like right. So in the midst of that, um, we got an email sent from Love and Hip Hop. Like somebody hit us like mysteriously and was like, "Yo, we you know, it's a TV show we're working on. We can't say, but if you're interested, hit us up." And then shit, we called them, and then they was like, "Yeah, this, you know, we work for Love and Hip Hop, and we, you know, we're interested in wanting to get you on." I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy." And then I thought about it. I was kind of thinking in my head, do I even want to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I really, you know, because at the time I was feeling like it was for like artists that's, you know, a little older in the game, and then they using the show to, you know, continue on their quest of fame. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't feel like I was associated with it, but then I kind of still considered it. So I did the meetings. We had like 3, maybe 4 meetings I had to do, and each meeting you gotta like pass through like
Right.
every test that they throwing you through. So I aced every interview. You know what I'm saying? I met Mona. She was super cool. Everything was good. Like I was ready to do the show. They was ready to let me do it. I just had like a personal situation going on at that time, and it kind of like came in the way of the timing was just bad. So I just didn't end up doing it.
Wow. That's a crazy story. They
But
be
it was
wilding on
dope.
that
It was
show.
dope opportunity though. You know.
Yeah, well, they was wilding on that show, man. That would have been crazy being on that show.
I know. I don't. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm one of them. I'm a slight weight of hothead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I could only imagine somebody trying to, you know, throw a drink in my face or something like that. You
Yeah,
feel me?
no.
Like I watched a little bit of the show and I'm like, I don't know about this. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna get kicked off. That's all I
Right.
know.
Yeah, we ain't going for all that, man. I can't do all that, man. So I feel you on that for sure. Let's say it again. All right, hold on one second. I got reception issues, I think. Okay, say it again one more time.
I said, what was the question? I don't think I heard you.
Yeah, just say it again one more time. I didn't hear your last statement.
Oh, I was just saying, like, you know, as far as the show, Love and Hip Hop show, like I was like, if I can't imagine myself getting a drink thrown on me. You know what I'm saying? I felt
Yeah,
like if that happens, I'm getting kicked off the show immediately.
for sure. Most
Immediately.
definitely.
I don't think I can hang. I don't think I can handle that kind of disrespect.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, I was saying I can't go for that neither, bro. So I feel you on that for sure. I can't.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like I can just imagine, bro. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I feel you. But if you weren't an artist, let's say if you didn't take that route, you said that, music kind of saved you in a way, but is there like, let's just say in a world where music wasn't there, what do
Mhm.
you see yourself doing? What road do you see yourself going down? It could be a career path. Where exactly do you see yourself now if it wasn't for music?
If I didn't have music in my life, I think I probably would have tried to do modeling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've been wanting to do that since I was a kid. I remember one time I was in middle school and we had this like auditorium meet up with the whole school in there, and then it was only a selective of kids that could stand up and tell basically the whole school what they wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I stood up and I was like, I want to be a model. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a model, or I would have wanted to draw cartoons. Like I told you, like I really know how to draw for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been into like the cartoon type of world or something. You know what I'm saying? And then third, shit, I was in the hoop. Like I was like, I was really, trying to be a hooper at one point. But I just started thinking about like really my big bro, one of my older mentors kind of like opened my mind up on the thought of, wanting to hoop. He wasn't like saying that I couldn't do it, but he was giving me, a better way of thinking about the ratio of who could be chosen. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
And the way he broke it down, it just made hella sense to me. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Basically he said it's somebody in every city that's just as good as you, and then it's somebody in every city that's better than you. Then it's somebody in every city that's better than that person. That's all he needed to tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as he told me that, I was like, damn, it just opened me up. And then it had me thinking, like, what else am I good at doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what else am I good at doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately I was like, music.
Yeah.
Like, music is what else I'm good at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately just start, taking it more serious,
All right.
getting more into the music realm. So then I fell in love with it. You know what I'm saying? I started, loving my voice and how it sounded on beats.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just took a super liking to it, and I just took it on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just, what I'm saying, I molded into this artist. And I told my dad one day, I was like, man, Dad, I'm really finna take music serious. And I'll never forget it. He was like, okay, he kind of showed me, my dad, you feel me? I love him to this day, but he
Mm-hmm.
kind of showed me a vibe to where he didn't think that I was serious.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I felt like the need to show him how serious I was, because he had been looking for, artists to invest in, for a long time. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I would sit there and see him do it. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, I'm the person you should invest in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I feel like I'm the star that you've been looking for. And it's cool because I got a chance to basically tell him that. You get what I'm saying? And he's
Mm-hmm.
proud of that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, damn, the whole time my son was the star I've been looking for this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
This whole time he's been with me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just super gratification in being able to accomplish this thing that, my dad was chasing. You get what I'm saying? Like, this was his dream, to have done something in music, whether that was being the A&R or an investor, or, you get what I'm saying, like anything. He was a CD man in the hood. Like
Mm-hmm.
he bought a CD burner and made sure, like, me and my brother helped him burn everybody that was rapping in the hood, any local person that was rapping at the time. We would just be hearing our door being, knocked on constantly. You get what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
super artists. Like, yo, you can, hey Ray, my dad named Rayven too. Hey Ray, you can print my album up. And then my dad would be like, yeah. And he'd be like, y'all, I need y'all to get it done. And then we'd be at that shit all night, just burning, all the CDs for one artist all night until we got to his number. Then we off to the next people. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, my dad just taught me so much how to be a hustler and how to want and strive to get whatever you want out of life. That's the passion that I got with anything I do. So anything I do and want to do, I know I can do it.
Got you, man. Got you. That's beautiful, man. It's kind of like music kind of just found you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just all fell into place, I guess.
Say that again.
I guess kind of just music just kind of found you in a way, right? Just kind of just fell into place at the
Yeah,
right
bro.
time.
Like, it kind of just came to me, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you.
Kind of just came to me, bro. I never really thought about it this deep. You know what I'm saying? Me
Mm-hmm.
talking about it with you now, kind of like, is letting that be clear to me now. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, it just was here for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just here. Shout out Pops. I mean, he just,
Yeah.
he molded it in me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm about.
Yeah. I know you had mentioned Tupac earlier, and you listened to some of that, some of his hits and whatnot, and being a big West Coast artist at the time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want to ask, what's your favorite Pac album, and what do you think the West Coast hip hop would have sounded like if Pac had never died? Do you think it would have changed anything as far as the West Coast sound and its relevance in the overall landscape?
Yeah, bro. I love Tupac, bro. That's my favorite rapper. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
put it that way. I can't really say what album like
Mm-hmm.
is my favorite. Every time he dropped one, or like, because I remember when I was a kid, it was used to be the CD man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The bootleg dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So, every time they would come out with anything that had Tupac name on it, my dad would be the first one that go get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I liked it every time we got a CD that had Tupac on it.
Mm-hmm.
We would learn all the songs. Like, as a family, me, my brother, and my dad, we would just play the CD over and over and over and over again, and then talk about which songs was the ones that we liked. You know what I'm saying? The most. Like, this was my favorite one. You know what I'm saying? So it was
Mm-hmm.
really not even the album. It was the songs on each album. You get
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a favorite album. I just know his songs on
I
all of
see.
them. You feel me? It's particular songs that we go to as a family, like, this the one, this the one, this the one.
Oh,
And that's how we just decipher music.
What were a few of those songs that was like really good that stood out?
Man, so many. Keep Your Head Up,
Mm-hmm.
All Eyes on Me, Brenda's Got a Baby,
Mm-hmm.
um, Ball is Still Balling. That's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite ones. Uh, it's just too many.
Yeah, right.
It's too many. I Get Around.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's just too many songs, bro. He got Pac is one of the type of dudes that he got a song for every vibe, bro. He got a
Right.
song for every emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Because we human, so every day we not mad, every day we not sad, every day we not happy. So
Mm-hmm.
when I hear his music, I kind of get a sense of every emotion. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
upset, there's a song for it. When I'm happy, he got a song for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's a message, he got a song for it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right,
Brenda
right.
Got a Baby. It was like a message within that song and video. Like it made me sad. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like he got a song he got songs that can mess you up in the head on some reality. Like this is what we going through and this is how I'm feeling. And even like Hit 'em Up. Like I was, that'll make you feel like you mobbing. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he
Yeah.
got songs for every vibe you can feel as a human. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. And
And
he's
it's
like we're
hard when an artist that good and he know how to do that. You get what I'm
right.
saying? Like what songs could be your favorite then? I don't know.
And he's
You know
like
what I'm saying?
relatable too. Like I even go back and not only listen to his music, but I go back and listen to some of his interviews and stuff, and just the stuff he was saying at the time.
Yeah, bro.
It's just relatable. It
Hell
can
yeah.
have an impact
I
on you.
was just talking about one of his interviews, and it was an interview. He was, I seen him say it, and he was like, "Man, they asked him a question. They was like, Pac, you want to die? You dying in movies, and you talk about it a lot."
Mm-hmm.
And what he said to the lady, he was like, "Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of like mental state I was in at the time, but
Mm-hmm.
he said now I want to just live.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
I
I
just want to
remember
make
that.
my money. I want to be alive. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me?"
Right.
And it kind of messed me up because when he was talking about the death and he was dying in the movies and shit, it had me feeling like that. But when I saw him in the interview say that, I'm like, damn, he didn't even want to die.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he didn't want to die.
Right.
He came to a point in his life like he changed whatever he was on and didn't want to die. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me?
Right.
So the thought of that kind of messed me up. I'm like, damn, bro, like I can imagine if bro was still alive. Like I do believe that the game would be different. It would like the sound of the music would. He was so big of a star, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
his presence, even Biggie, both their presence would have made music, of course, be different today. I don't think everything that we're doing right now would have been what it is if they were
Right.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the amount of respect that they both had and just the cadence of their music and what they stood on, it would have been. I feel like it would have been like kind of rules to
Mm-hmm.
this shit as an artist. Like you gotta have these things to be able to be considered an artist.
Right.
I think the rules of the game would have been just different. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the music would have changed a bit, but the rules would have been changed as far as like who's allowed to be big and
Mm-hmm.
why. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel. And they had such a
I
big
feel like
impact.
the level of talent would have been different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you
Based
on
off
that.
their presence.
Right. And they had such a big impact too, and just like it's just unfortunate it ended the way that it did, because man, they was too talented and just young, and I feel like they could have left a huge impact on the game, kind of like how Jay-Z and you see all them now, and how the young kids kind of look up to them now. I feel like they would have just
Mm-hmm.
left that type of mark. So it's unfortunate it ended the way that it did, but yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely
bro.
feel you on that for sure.
But I will say this,
Mm-hmm.
when we lose people like that matter, it changes the world.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little, like it doesn't even matter if it's a little bit of change. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like Pac dying did something to the world. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Biggie dying did something. Like when
Mm-hmm.
even my brother died when he got murdered, it did something to the community
Mm-hmm.
we were living in. It made people change in all type of ways, whether it was a bad way or a great way. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or just a way in general. Like I watched, people change. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I believe, as far as when people that big of a person in the world, it does affect the world in a way that could help us. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even I even think like when Nipsey died, it did something to the world.
Right. For sure.
It was just so big of a death, it did something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it made people realize. I seen hella people feeling all type of ways. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people just start changing. Like things changed on the
Mm-hmm.
internet for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like it's like
I
what?
just sit back and I pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
So
kind of like a wake up call for some people, I guess, when you lose somebody.
exactly, bro. Like I felt like I was seeing that happen to a lot of people around us. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
I feel you. I feel you.
Including myself. Including
Mm-hmm.
myself. It made me feel like I got to protect my myself more.
Mm-hmm.
Even Dolph dying at a cookie store. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, I'm like, damn, I can't even go to the store. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like
Right.
in my own city, like you know what I'm saying? Because I feel the same way. If I'm in Oakland, shit, I gotta stay on my on my shit because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
You feel me? But it's a shame if we can't even go to the store though. Like it's just it get hectic when you're an artist because you don't know, who ready to kill you and you don't know who just a fan. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So how can you tell? Like I remember when I first started getting approached by fans. I'm like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, I'm thinking niggas is playing with me, bro. I'm like, stop playing with me. Cause I wasn't used to like people coming up to me. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? That's not something that we do unless somebody got a problem with you. You feel me?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't know a person that coming up to you, that's considered like the ops or somebody that may have a problem with you.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So I was confusing, fans coming up to me with positive energy with that thought.
I feel you
So
on that.
it's like those thoughts alone that can confuse you and make you very timid as an artist. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, like you don't know if he trying to do something weird or if they just want a picture.
Right.
That's the thing that every artist is going through right now.
Right. I feel you on that for sure. You got to watch your back out here for sure, man. So
For
we
real.
running. They timing me. I don't know what the time is up, but they running me down. So real quickly, I want to talk about your upcoming project, right? Just real quick. Can you tell us what we can expect? Any features or whatever? How many tracks? What type of vibe can we expect from the album?
So the album it consists of 10 records.
Mm-hmm.
As far as features, I got Sada Baby on there.
Mm-hmm.
I got Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony on there. I got to work with the legends. Every time I do an album, I got to have at least one legend on my album. Um, I got my boy 24 Hours on there. I got Young T on there, and a few others. Definitely get ready for this new shit. I put my foot into it. So whoever know, you already know how I'm coming. You feel me? It's finna be them slaps on there, and it's finna be them joints, them songs for the ladies on there. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just stay tuned, man. November 2nd, man, the first single drops. So that's gonna kick it off for whoever paying attention. You feel me? Just
Yes, sir.
know, just know, just get ready, man. Put that in your calendars. November 2nd.
November
I'm
2nd.
dropping my first single off the project. The project's called Ray. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's 10 songs on that thing, all slaps in many different ways. It's like a roller coaster ride on that thing. And man, I got a little bit of everything on there, man. That's all. Again, the first single was it's called Cheated. It dropped November 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the album is dropping December. No date yet, but
Mm-hmm.
just be on the lookout for it. You know what I'm saying? We dropping it around Christmas, so it's something very special. It's something I'm excited for, and I can't wait to be able to just go on Apple Music and play every song through, just like how everybody else gonna be able to do it. You get what I'm saying? So it's something, bro. Just know that, y'all. If y'all know,
Mm-hmm.
y'all know. You feel me? New album. It's called Ray. 10 songs. Yeah, man. December. Put that in
All
y'all
right.
calendars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. November 2nd, first single. What's it called again? The single again?
You said the second single or the first single?
The first single, November 2nd, the one coming out now.
Yeah, November 2nd. The single is called Cheated. I
Cheat,
just
cheat.
posted the clip of the video on my page too, so definitely check out that shit. It's basically about it's deep, man, because it's like guys, we don't really like talking about when a girl cheat on us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of embarrassment. It's kind of embarrassing, and it's kind of like it kind of mess up our ego a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to take a deep dive into it in that way, to where we giving it to the ladies, like we going through this shit too. Like what I'm saying, we get cheated on as well. So I just really wanted to show us as men and in general, like it's okay to talk about it. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And basically in the video, it's me going through my girl phone, and I see a wild video. You get what
Yeah,
I'm
right.
saying? Her having sex with the next dude. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if y'all ain't seen that clip on my page, go definitely take a look at it real quick
Yeah.
and drop a
Disclaimer.
comment. Let me know
Disclaimer.
what you think. Well, let me know the first thing that come to your mind.
Yeah, disclaimer, man. That video was wild for sure. Y'all need a
Right on,
disclaimer.
bro. Yeah,
Heads
man.
up.
Yeah, man. It's
But
it's,
one
it's
I think
definitely
one of
controversial.
your yeah, one of your fans I think is Simba gonna be on the project. One of the features. I think you're a fan of Simba.
Oh yeah, shout out Simba, bro. That's my brother. Nah, he's not gonna be on this project. He
Hmm.
was on one of my last 2 or 3 projects though. We got at least in total, me and bro, like we got like at least we like 3, 4 records in. So just go on YouTube and type in Rayven Justice featuring Simba, and you're gonna hear all of the records, bro. That's my guy, man. I'm proud of him. He doing his thing right now. We definitely gonna work in the future. You know what I'm saying? But he's on his way. He's on this journey. I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna work again. I know how I go. I was there. So he doing his
Yes, sir.
thing right now.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. All right, man. I appreciate you chopping it up with me, man. New project
Likewise,
on the
bro.
way. Ray, new single November 2nd. Cheated. All right, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Making big moves. I'll be watching you. All right.
I appreciate you, bro. Definitely. I'm gonna
All
tap
right,
in
bet.
with you.
All right, bet. Peace
All right.
out.
Salute.